Yo, 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 what it do, what it do? What's good? Good morning, Ro. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for tapping in. Can anyone hear me? I think we're good as far as audio. If you can't, let me know. Rock, what's good, homie? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Might have to switch headphones. Am I coming in good? What it do, everybody? First live of my new podcast. Tell me if you can hear me. Mic check before we get started. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yes, great. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the very first episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. I am your host, Prince Elias. And what's up, Brian? What's good? What's good? Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. So, I'm kind of nervous but excited at the same time. This is the first podcast, first episode, Snake Cinema Podcast. For those who've been following my channel for a while, I've been doing music, yeah, and movie reviews for a minute. That was pretty much the staple, especially back in 2020 when we were all quarantined and everything was shut down, and so everything went to streaming, and I started, going heavy with the reviews. So I'm just switching it up instead of recording individual videos. Um, you know, individual videos every week, reviewing a movie on Mondays and a album on Fridays. I decided to just combine the two and do it all on one podcast. Plus, I like the longer forms. I don't have to edit anything else. What's up, Brian? What's good? Oh, Dundee in the house. What's up, Dundee? What's up, everybody? Thank y'all for tuning in. I know it's early, but most of y'all been up since probably 5 a.m. I've been seeing y'all on Instagram. What's good? Okay. Also, before we get started, this channel is and will always be sponsored by Mutation Station and Lucy Land. They are amazing breeders here locally in the Mid South, and they are the best, the best feeders, providers in Memphis. Argue with your mama, and you know who I'm talking to. My little stalkers. So yes, this channel is brought to you by Mutation Station and Lucy Land Ball Pythons. Amazing breeders, rodent breeders, and snake breeders. And they're also tapping in to the insects. So if you got lizards and you live in Memphis and you want to get healthy, clean, nice dubia roaches and things like that, they're working on it. They're getting that done. Also, let's see what else. Also, little housekeeping. Do y'all like my new logo? That logo was created by the beautiful, wonderful, talented Cairo, aka Baby C Jones. If you tune in to Beyond the Skills podcast on Rock on Reptiles channel, uh, that wonderful young lady is a part of our chats. They be always a part of the conversations, and she is talented. She created our official Snake Cinema podcast logo. I told her what I wanted. I told her I wanted a microphone and a snake and the color scheme, and she did the damn thing. So follow. I think it's called Captured by Cairo on Instagram. Yes. Follow her on Instagram. And if you need a logo or any type of creative things, go tap in. Definitely go tap in. All right. All right. Anybody else in the chat? So welcome everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in to my very first episode. I'm kind of nervous because I'm flying solo. I don't have the Wild Bunch with me. But we'll see. And don't worry, guys. Not all of my reviews will be solo dolo. Um, I am going to start doing some panels and some guests. The whole point of Snake Cinema Reviews is that I want to tap in with people of the reptile community and let them share their favorite movies, their favorite TV shows, and their favorite music. So if anybody ever wants to be a guest on the podcast. And if you're the type, you got a weird work schedule, or you don't want to wake up at 9 a.m. and you want to pre record the podcast, we will definitely pre record the podcast. Just let me know. We'll work with each other's schedules. And but whether it's pre recorded or live, the podcast will always drop Saturdays at 9 a.m. I try to get it done right before Lady T is, because I never want to step on Nicole and her show. Her show is top notch. So that's why I did it so early. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also, if you have not been following Rock on Reptiles channel, you need to. He does amazing vlogs, and he updates everybody on his animals. He has a whole variety of animals, not just ball pythons, but also he has the Snapes and Vapes podcast on Sundays, where he interview people in the reptile community. And then, of course, he has me, Dundee, Maki, Candy join him on Tuesdays with Beyond the Scale. So definitely tap in, tap in. And once I figure out how to turn all you guys blue, y'all will be able to drop y'all links. But we will, episode two. I'm still working on this stuff. This is new. Okay, let's get it done. The reviews. What we're reviewing today? Well, I was going to review two movies and an album, but because of my work schedule, one of the movies are going to be pushed to next week. We will not be reviewing The Haunted Mansion today, but we are reviewing They Clone Tyrone. I could easily watch that on Netflix, and then we're going to review Travis Scott's Utopia album that came out last Friday. I really wanted to dive deep into that. I want to give myself time to listen to it a couple of times, a couple of plays, and before I reviewed it, which is why I didn't drop any review last week. I want to do it this week, so I give me at least a week to listen to that album a couple of times. So let's get started. Snake Cinema reviews. Let's get to the cinema. Okay, now first review, we are going to be talking about They Clone Tyrone. And if you have Netflix, if you haven't seen it, watch it. I'm going to try my best not to spoil any major plot points for any of you, because I really want y'all to go see it. But if you have seen it and you want to tap in and talk about your thoughts, share it in the live chats and I will pop it up. But again, let's try not to do any major spoilers like the plot twists and things like that. Let's try not to do that. So, the synopsis, first of all, They Clone Tyrone is a mystery fantasy, I would say kind of sci-fi film on Netflix. Again, it's on Netflix, and um, sorry, y'all, if y'all can hear a motorcycle. Let's see. Okay, so plot synopsis. A series of eerie events thrust upon a unlikely trio onto the trail of the nefarious government conspiracy. So I will say this movie is a conspiracy theorist dream. All you I don't want how can I say this correctly? All of you guys who are like so into conspiracy theories and y'all think, oh, the government isn't doing this, the government been doing that, they didn't yada yada yada, we believe in aliens and stuff. This movie is for you. There is no aliens in the movie, but I'm just saying this is that mindset in a nutshell. But it was directed by Jewel Taylor and produced by Charles D. King, along with a host of people. But it is starring Jamie Foxx, the talented Jamie Foxx, John Boyega, and Tiana Paris. And of course, there are a lot of other great actors joining in as supporting cast. The villain, that's one of the plot twists. I'm not going to give it away, but I'm so happy they cast him. He is awesome. I love him. Um, big movie buff, big movie fan, and every time I see him pop up on the screen, I get happy. But anyways, my initial thoughts on They Clone Tyrone. So I will say the cinematography is immaculate. It is beautiful. It is amazing. The camera work, the costuming. One thing about this film is that it does kind of confuse you a bit because they have modern references, like they mention Obama, they mention other current events, other current things, but they dress like they're in the 80s. Well, some of the characters, not all. Some of the characters dress like they're in the 80s, and the aesthetic is kind of like 80s, 90s, maybe even early 2000s. It's very, very weird. And their cell phones, they use flip phones. And they don't even use like the internet now. I think that was intentional. And in my opinion, I think it's because this particular town, this particular city that the main characters live in is stuck in not stuck in a loop, but they're stuck in a time where the rest of the world got the internet and everything, but these particular town is like way behind on the times, and they're like stuck in the 90s or early 2000s, before the internet. But that's just I have to watch that movie a couple times. This is a movie that you have to watch on certain multiple times to kind of get the clues and everything. But again, it looks amazing. It looks beautiful, beautifully shot. The costuming, love it. And then as far as the actors go, I mean, we have Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx can do no wrong, even if he was in a shitty movie. His acting is amazing. He was the comic relief. He was crazy. It was funny. Tiana Paris, a great, great actress. I look forward to seeing her in the Marvels. She already made an appearance on WandaVision, and I can't wait to see the new Marvels movie, Miss Marvel, and see what she brings to the table with that character. But she is amazing. Every time I see her in different movies and films, whether it's the big blockbusters or the small stuff, um, great, great actress. And then of course John Boyega from Star Wars and a host of other things. He is so talented. He is the main character that we follow mostly throughout the film, and his acting is impeccable. He's more like the serious straight man of the group, whereas the other two are more the comic reliefs. But I love how he portrayed this character, and again, he's one of those black British actors who make amazing American accents. When he acts American in these films, you forget he's from the UK. What up, Stan? Hey, thank you for joining in to the podcast. And so I would say acting top notch. And again, cinematography, costuming, the set designs top notch. Um, where where things might falter, I'm not going into spoilers, is the story, the writing. I'm not saying it before y'all. I'm not saying it's whack. I'm not saying it's horrible. I'm not saying it's bad, but I can see little mistakes in the plot and the story, especially when you get to the twists, which the first twist comes in like the 45-minute mark of the movie. They don't wait. There's not no M. Night Shyamalan where they wait to the very end to say, "Oh, plot twist," or what Rock always say, "Gotcha, bitch." No, they don't do that. They do it like 45 minutes into the film for the first twist. But of course, there's other twists in the film along the way. But yeah, it was. I feel like the execution of the storyline kind of faltered just slightly a little bit. Not too bad. Like I said, this isn't a whack movie. I really enjoyed this movie. That's why I'm not going heavy into spoilers, because I really want y'all to go and watch this on Netflix, because it's amazing. It's a fun time. It's a great, great fun time. Um, they reference Scooby Doo and Judy Bloom. I think it's Judy Bloom books a lot in this film, and it really is like a mystery, like a Scooby Doo mystery, with a little hint of sci-fi and, you know, c- um, not really horror. No, not really horror, but suspense and drama. But I think Jamie Foxx's character and Tiana Paris characters balance out with the comedy. And I like that. I like that black creatives, black people, black directors and writers get to express themselves in different genres and bend genres. This isn't just no boys in the hood type movie, although, movies like that are classics and I love them, but I like the sci-fi elements of this and the mystery, the Scooby-Doo mystery of this film, because it shows that we like these types of stories too, and we can do these types of stories. Um, and so I am super supportive of this film, which is why I'm reviewing it and and I'm not spoiling it and telling people to go watch it. It's on Netflix. You don't have to leave and go to a theater. What's up, Big Mike? Thank you for tapping in. And so, yes, what's up? What's up? came in the middle of my review, but we're still rocking. We're still talking. Um, and so, with that being said, with my like I said, the execution of the story does falter a little bit. There are some mistakes writing wise that I just feel like it kind of mm, it's hard to explain without spoiling the film. But anyways, I will say overall, just bare bones watching this movie. Um, you should go see it. It's a lot of fun. It goes by fast. I think it may be 2 hours, but it goes by fast. It don't. I did not feel the 2 hours at all. I really had fun with this and enjoyed it, and and dang, I lost my train. See, I got notes and I still lost my train of thought. But I do have a rating system. Oh, thank you, Rock. Yes, I do have a rating system. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, I do rate these on a scale of 1 to 10. So what do I think of? With all that being said, what do I think overall of the movie, and what would I rate? Um, they clone Tyrone. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10. And again, it has nothing to do with the acting. The acting was 10 out of 10 for me. And it has nothing to do with cinematography, the people behind the cameras and all that jazz. It was great. It was the writing that faltered and knocked it down a couple of pegs for me. I feel like if they just tighten the script just a little bit and kind of settle some loose ends with the writing and the story, it would have been executed a lot better, and it would have been a 10 out of 10 film for me. But I still loved it. I will say so far in 2023, this has to be right now until other movies come out. This is on my top 10 list of the year because I really enjoyed it, but it might be, I would say, at number 10. It's not number one. It will be like at number 10. And it's because of the few little gripes that I have with the writing and how it was executed. But again, I really enjoyed it. And the reason why I'm not diving deep into spoilers is because I really want y'all to go see it. Has anybody in the chat seen They Clone Tyrone? If Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Rock. Thank you. Oh yes, I forgot. Y'all do have a show me show this weekend in your city. So, but thanks for tapping in. Thank you for listening. Has anybody even heard of They Clone Tyrone? Have they seen the trailer or anything? Did it spark your interest? Just let me know. Okay. So, I will say, oh yes, Stan. Daytona is right around the corner. I'm jealous of y'all. One day I'm gonna make it to Daytona, but Daytona always happens during when the school year starts. And as a teacher, I can't really take off that many days, especially in the beginning of the year. But one day I will make it to Daytona. Okay, Rock, you saw it and you liked it. Cool. Dope. Well, if you have not seen the movie, check it out. It's on Netflix. They Clone Tyrone. Amazing acting. Very funny, very nice. Um, and again, I like that black people now, black creators get a chance to bend genres and play with different genres and not just do the typical run of the mill movies that we always do, comedies and romance movies that we do, which I don't hate on that. But, you know, um, I like that we get the bend stuff. We need more sci-fi. We need more horror. Jordan Peele can't be the only black creator making horror films. We need more black horror. Oh, I'm gonna need to go watch The Blackening so I can review that. Everybody gave that rave reviews. So maybe if I have time, I will review that next week with The Haunted Mansion. Yes, Jamie Foxx was funny as hell in this movie. He had me laughing. His one-liners. For those who don't know, it's not a spoiler because in the trailer he plays a pimp. And again, he dressed like he's from the 80s or 90s, pimp. And His one-liners were funny. I feel like a lot of people are going to quote some of his stuff in the future or make memes um, from his character, Slick. That's his character's name, Slick. It was hilarious. All right, let's move on because we're 20 minutes in. Let's move on. So again, I would give They Clone Tyrone a 7.5 out of 10. Go watch it. It's on Netflix. You don't have to go to any movie theater. It's on your phone already, most likely. Watching in your spare time. It's great. It's great. Let's see. Speaking of black horror, my aunt almost married a guy that played Blackula. Oh my gosh. Wow. For real? Hey, he was a smooth dude. He was a smooth cat. Y'all know me. I'm an equal opportunist. Cat daddy might have gotten me. I'm just saying. But that's funny. I might, what, guys, on the days that I can't make it to the theater and see these newer films, I might need to review some older classic films because I got a lot to say about those. The black and white films, the films starring, Marilyn Monroe back in the day, and of course all the black exploitation stuff. And I like that stuff. I used to watch Turner Classic Movies when that channel was a thing. And I just love that stuff. I'm a big movie buff. For those who don't know, I went to school for film and video productions because I really thought that I was going to leave Memphis, move to Hollywood, and become a famous cinematographer. But life happens, and that wasn't in the cards for me. But I still like this stuff. I still love this shit. I am a big movie nerd. I love it all. I don't just watch one thing. I mean, I like to dissect this stuff. So maybe on the slower weekends, the slower Saturdays, or days that I don't have a guest, we could talk about some classics. But that is funny, Dundee. Your uncle was about to be Blackula. All right. Now, let's move along from Snake cinema reviews to Snake music reviews. Let's see. And this week, a lot of music has been coming out in the past couple of weeks. At first, this year was a little drag. You might get a good album or a mainstream album here or there. But the thing about me is that I listen to all types of music. I listen to the mainstream stuff that you hear on the radio, and I listen to the more independent stuff. Um, and everything in between. But as far as mainstream artists, I it's been a lag. It's been a lag. A lot of these artists dropped last year, like the Beyoncés and such and the Taylor Swifts, and they're now currently touring the world. And so we haven't gotten any new music of 2023 as of right now. So to get an album of this caliber by Travis Scott, I was super excited. When I woke up and saw that on my Spotify list, I was like, Travis dropped? Oh shit. And back in the day, back when albums and records were at the stores, you go to Target, you go to Walmart, and you buy them at first it was Friday, every Friday, but then they shifted to Tuesdays, and now everything is digital. I don't be knowing when these albums drop until I open my Spotify app. I'm be honest, because I don't follow celebrities a lot on social media because oftentimes the greatest celebrities have the shittiest opinions, and I don't need to read that stuff. So I rather just enjoy the art and the artists for their what they create and not follow them on social media. And Travis Scott is one of them. And so I never know when new music is dropping until I open up my Spotify app and see. So I was heavily excited last Friday when I saw that, and I quickly went and listened to it. Now this album, let me tell y'all, before I get into my review and talk about the content itself, I am so happy that Travis Scott gave us songs that were more than 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I repeat, Travis Scott gave us a full-fledged album. I think it was like 13, 14, 15 songs. I don't know. But they were more than 2 minutes and 13 seconds. I don't know what's with these rappers and these pop stars now creating these short songs. Well, I know why. TikTok and laziness. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Y'all have heard me rant on a lot of other people's podcasts. Y'all heard me rant on my own Instagram channel. I hate short songs. I hate songs, especially from rap. I hate when these rappers don't even give you a full 16 bars. They'll give you 6 bars, maybe 8 bars of rhyming, and then they let the beat rock, and then, or they might have a little, a little quick hook, and then they may give you half a second verse, and then it just ends. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate short songs. Bring back long songs. And Travis Scott did it. One of these songs is 6 minutes and 7 seconds. When I tell y'all how happy I was to see that on the list, 6 minutes and 7 seconds. I haven't seen a 6 minute song in a minute, in a minute. And I was, especially from rap, I was so fucking excited. I'm be honest with y'all. That really made my heart glad. And I mean, he does have like 2 or 3 songs that are 2 minutes, but overall, he gave us a lot longer songs. And his features were top notch. We have Beyonce, we have Playboy Cardi, we have 21 Savage, we have Young Thug, we have James Blake. And I love that Travis Scott is a rapper who is not afraid to collaborate with other artists outside of hip hop and R&B. Um, like he mixed, like he has a song called K-pop with Bad Bunny in the weekend. I never, first of all, I never thought I'd see a Travis Scott featuring Bad Bunny in the weekend, let alone the song is called K-pop. But it was good. It was dope. Now, as far as the content goes, everybody says that Travis Scott music is a vibe. You don't go to Travis Scott for introspective. You don't go to Travis Scott for deep thoughts like Kendrick Lamar. You don't go to Travis Scott for the singy, songy love songs like you do a Drake or something like that. You don't even go. You really hardly go to Travis Scott for like rap beefs or, I'm not saying he doesn't do it, but you really don't go to Travis Scott's music to hear about, oh, who is he beefing with. You don't. You go to Travis Scott's albums and Travis Scott's music for a vibe because you want to party, because you want to rock. Travis Scott, despite the controversy of what happened at his old his Astro World concert, that tragically people lost their lives. Um, his music is for rioting. His music is for concerts. His music is to rock and get loose and wow out. What's up, Wiz? Thank you for tapping in, brother. Wiz time. Thank you for tapping in. And so I will be honest. These songs from Travis Scott, you're not going to get any deep lyrics. You're not going to get any introspective. You're not going to get him talking about life and what it means to be a black man or anything like that, because that's not his MO. That's not his wheelhouse, and that's not what you go with him for. So I can't rank his lyrics per se based off the content, but I can rank his lyrics based off flows. I can rank his lyrics based off, you know, can he rap on beat? Because we all know those new rappers who cannot find the beat and stick with it. um, he did great. His flows, his delivery, how, him rocking on the beat, amazing. His features are amazing. Anytime you throw 21 on a track, and I'm gonna be honest, the type of hip hop that 21 Savage and even Young Thug do is not really my wheelhouse of hip hop. I'm more of a Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. But when I want to get in that mood, when I want to get into that bag, I love 21 Savage. And every time I see his names in credits of anybody's albums, I go straight to that song first. And it did not disappoint. I believe that song is called Utopia Twins. Yeah, that, and till further notice, 21 is on 2 songs of Travis Scott's. Super great. The song with The Weeknd and Sway Lee, Circus Maximus, a vibe. I love it. It's amazing. It's great. It's a good. I put this album on one when I was at work, which is kind of crazy. You shouldn't be a teacher jamming to Travis Scott at work, but we ain't have no students. We were just getting the classrooms ready. But I was just rocking, acting a fool in my classroom, dancing and popping, um, just by myself. But also I listened to it again this past Sunday when I was cleaning out my snake enclosures and shooting straightening up my house and feeding snakes and stuff. And when I tell you this album had me rocking and rolling, it was a big vibe. I really enjoy it. Again, you don't go to 21 for no deep lyrics, deep cuts, talking about life as a black man or anything like that. You go to him for a vibe. But and there's a lot of songs in here where I can just I can picture it. When I'm listening to his songs, I can picture some of these songs live in concert. Like I might like if Travis Scott was to ever come in Memphis or even Nashville, I will buy nosebleed tickets so nobody will trample me and kill me at those concerts. But I would go and vibe and rock out. It is amazing. Um, the song Delaresso Echoes with Beyonce was dope. Um, Sometimes these artists utilize bigger artists and bigger names and they don't really do much with them. Like they might just be background vocals, but they still get the credit of being featured. And at first they used to annoy me, but now I kind of get it. I kind of get it. Travis is the type he lets the music speak for itself, and he doesn't like overbear you with some of his features. So I kind of do like the Beyonce vibe, even though I feel like she could have did more on the track. But it was still great. And of course, Meltdown with Drake. Anytime Travis Scott and Drake collab, get together, Sicko Mode, any other songs, it is crazy. It is wild, and I love it. So again, I was super pleased with this album. Um, Great, amazing album, and it was so much. It was a vibe. It really was. And again, thank you, Travis Scott, for giving us songs that are past 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Like there was a song on here with Future and SZA that's 5 minutes long. I love it. I love it. I miss that in hip hop. Give me longer songs. Bring back third verses. Bring back bridges. That's what we need to do more of. Stop being lazy and chasing TikTok um trends and only giving 15 and 30-second songs. Like, no, make music. Make music. Music is art. I don't care what anybody say, regardless of genre, whether it's EDM, hip hop, R&B, country. Music is art. Make it. Stop being lazy. And so I will say right now, Travis Scott's album is it, in the hip hop genre, definitely top five this year of 2023. Overall music, because I listen to other genres, definitely top 10. I will say right now, unless somebody big like Lady Gaga drops this year, unless she drops or anything like that, I would say Travis Scott is actually on my top five list of 2023 best albums. This is amazing. So if you have not listened to Travis Scott's Utopia, I would definitely highly recommend it. This is a good 10 out of 10, solid for me. I really did enjoy this album. People in the chats, if you're still here, have you heard the album? Do you like Travis Scott? And if not, what's the reason? If you don't like Travis Scott, I hope it's not because of his concert where, unfortunately people have passed because of that whole stampede and craziness and overpacking. Because guess what? There are a lot of rock albums where people have died. I mean, rock concerts where people have died. There's been music festivals where other people have died. There has been, oh, shoot, what was that country fest that happened in that country artist fest that happened in Vegas a couple of years ago where there was a mass shooting at the hotel? People died. Like the whole Astro world, I feel like the news went way overboard because there were a lot of other concerts, a lot of other music festivals where people honestly had passed away. And it's unfortunate and RIP to those victims, but I don't feel like you should cancel an artist for something that other humans did, people in their audience did. That's You're putting too much responsibility on these artists, and we're going to talk about them more on this podcast, not just in music but in movies. I hate that we put so much responsibility on art, on artists, on creatives, especially with the argument of raising your kids. Like people got mad at the Barbie movie because it was rated PG-13. It told you it was rated PG-13, but people took their 6, 7, and 8 year olds to the movies. Y'all know those rating systems, those PG, PG-13. They put that on the label for a reason. They tell you ahead of time before you get there for a reason. They put it in the commercials for a reason. If something's rated PG-13, why are you taking a 6 year old there, then getting mad and want to cancel Barbie and want to cancel the studios because you said it was inappropriate for kids? Why are we putting so much emphasis and so much responsibility on artists and art? These rap lyrics, people are still complaining about rappers and rap lyrics, but every album gives you that explicit warning label off to the side. Like they tell you ahead of time, this isn't for children. And yet you want to blame artists and creatives for being, people are like, Cardi B so nasty. Cardi B is vulgar. She's not good for the kids. Why are you letting them listen to it then? All her songs, all her albums, all her singles, it has that little warning, rating warning, parental guidance for a reason. Let's see. Listen to the chats. Travis Scott, cool. I don't listen to him much. Okay, fair, fair, fair. I'll be honest, I've never heard it. You know what, Dundee? You haven't heard of a lot of things. It's so funny. I love it. I love when we be in the group chats or we'll be in on the podcast live on be on Beyond the Scales, and all of us will be talking and ranting and talking about different celebrities and different artist stuff, and Dundee's just looking, smiling, and he's like, "Who?" It's hilarious. I love it. I love it. It's fine. It's fine because there's a lot of these newer cats that I don't know either. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. My nephew told me about something that happened with some rapper going to jail, and I was like, "Who the hell is that? Never heard of." Like one of these TikTok rappers. Let's see. They actually changed federal laws because of the Vegas incident and banned bump stops. Yeah, they did, Brian. They did. Um, but I'm just saying, incidents like that, concerts, people have passed out, people have got trampled on, stampede, people had, unfortunately, heart attacks and things like that at concerts or music festivals and things like that, and nobody shitted on, blame, or tried to cancel the artist. But for some reason, that Astro World incident, people really made Travis the bad guy, and it was like, he's on stage, he's performing. These artists cannot see everything that's going on the floor. There's lights, shining lights. I've gone to concerts. I've been on. I've seen tours of all different varieties, from the small venues up to the big arenas, and I've been to several music festivals. And even being on the stage, like one time I got a chance to be on the stage, backstage, looking from the back, taking photography, and it's hard to see. It is really hard to see. You can't see everything in the audience. So, and these were thousands and thousands of people. So you cannot blame the artists because thousands of people are crowded and stomping on each other and stepping over each other and things like. Sometimes we got to put responsibility on the audience as well. Not the people who passed away. I never victim blame people who passed away, but the people who stepped on them. I don't understand. Y'all know, during the holidays, the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays with the Black Fridays, and you hear those news stories of people getting trampled going into Walmart. Why aren't we putting more responsibilities on the people who trampled over the people who fell? Because you're stepping on a body. I'm sorry. I know when I step on a shoe in my house. You can't tell me that you stepped on a whole body and did not know it. Like, I feel like if you're gonna make somebody the bad guy, make somebody a criminal, how about we pinpoint and find the people who actually trampled over people and stepped on people and not help them get up? Not the artist who's on stage who can't see. But that's just me. I don't know. Let's see. Dundee said, "I've heard a lot of things I've heard of a lot of things that matter to me. I'm old school." That's right. Hey, Dundee, look, when I tell you, when Spotify, every year Spotify do those end of the year lists where they tell you what albums, what songs, what records you listen to the most throughout the entire year. 2018, 2019, 2020. When I get those playlists, most of the songs that I listen to throughout the entire year are songs back in the 80s or songs back in the 90s or songs back in the early 2000s. Like it's always maybe one or two or three new songs of that particular year that pops up on my playlist, my best of you list. Like, and I like that. I'd be looking forward to that. I know Apple Music does the same thing every year at the end of the year, like sometime in December, where they say this is what you listen to the most and stuff like that. But it's always the old school, that top songs that's been out for like 5, 10, 15 years that I always top because that's all I listen to. I rarely listen to the new stuff except for when, unless it's an artist I really love, or when, um, I do these reviews. Yes, Stan, definitely can't blame the artist. Yes, exactly. If we blame the artist every time someone passed away at their concerts, it would be a lot of artists broke, dead broke because they done got sued. It comes with the territories. You know how many rock, EDM, dance concerts I've been to where, heavy metal concerts where they just do the mosh pit where they pushing and shoving and kicking and busting each other's heads. It's violence. Those mosh pits, it be violence. I did that one time. And even though I had fun, ain't nobody finna punch me while I'm listening to music. It ain't happening. Nah, I said never again. Put me in the nosebleeds where nobody can touch me. Bosa, what up, Bosa? Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for tapping in, everybody. For this to be my very first episode, I appreciate y'all. It's been a consistent 5, 6, 7 people in the chat. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. So yeah, I don't know if I gave my ranking. I'm so sorry. Travis Scott's Utopia, 10 out of 10. I loved it. It was amazing. It was a vibe. Again, if you like those deep cuts, those introspective, those, I have to listen to a rap. The only time I listen to a rapper, he has to be talking about some deep, backpack rap and stuff like that. That ain't what Travis Scott is for. Travis Scott's here to party. He's here for a party. And it's production wise. I forgot to talk about that. I'm sorry. Production wise, this sounds very Kanye West's, and by production I mean, like, if you think back at Kanye West's My Dark Twisted Fantasy, if you think back at Kanye West's Yeezus album, when you think about those where he experimented a lot on sounds and switching beats and changing things up and getting real weird and funky with the music, with the beats. This is Travis Scott's version of that, and I really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I think the production is amazing. All his producers, and I think he produced a little bit too. Travis Scott is actually producing some of his beats to his music too. He's not just a rapper who just go into the studio and jump on the mic and then leave. No, he does a lot of behind the scenes because he's done it for other artists too, including a Kanye West. Um, the production was amazing. If I just listened to just the beats itself without any rapping, I would do it 10 times over. Um, so yeah, I really, really love that album. What up, everybody? Yes, yes, yes. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate y'all supporting your boy on my very first podcast. And again, if you have any albums, any movies, any TV shows that you want to talk about, hit me up in the DMs at Creative Reptiles on Instagram and let me know, and we can schedule something. If waking up on a Saturday early morning doing these lives isn't feasible for you, whether you have to work or whatever, again, we can pre-record our podcast and you come tell me about things you like, what you've seen, what you've heard, and we can talk about everything. It ain't got to be hip hop. If you're a person who only listens to country music, come and review your favorite country album and try to convince me to give it a try because I hate to say it, the only country albums I listen to are like Dolly Parton and Carrie Underwood and things like that. Like, I don't really listen to country all that much unless it's a female artist. If you listen to heavy metal or anything like that, I want to hear your thoughts. If you got an album that you really want to suggest to me in the audience and just talk about, do it. Hit me up and we can schedule something. Also, I'm thinking for episode 4 or episode 5 of this podcast, once I get my feet wet, I want to do a Marvel panel where we talk about this current phase, both the movies and the TV shows as a whole. So if you're a Marvel head, if you're a superhero head, hit me up in the DMs. I really want to get a couple of guys. I know Big Mike. I want him in it. A couple of guys from the Wiz Tank Clan to come in, and we do like a big open panel. I think I can only limit like 10 people on here, but anyway, I want us to do like a full Marvel episode where we talk about everything after Endgame. Because we all know. Hold on. Sorry, y'all, people. I'm at a coffee shop, so people are loud. Um, but yeah, I want to do a whole Marvel episode. So that might be episode 4 or episode 5. So, and it might have to be pre-recorded just to fit everybody's schedule. So please, if you want to be a part of that panel, hit me up in the DMs so we can schedule this. I want to get a GP on it too because I miss GP. I miss him a lot, and I know he loves Marvel. He loves superhero, and so I feel like, yeah. What up, Ryan? Thank you for tapping in. um, it's okay. It's okay. I know a lot of people are just now waking up, or they're at a reptile show, or you know, doing other things on their beautiful Saturday than watching this podcast. But it's all good. Thank you for tapping in. So, anyways, like I said, I'm putting out. This is only episode 1. But episode 4 or episode 5, let's just say 5. Episode 5, I want to do a big Marvel panel where we talk about everything TV shows and movies post Endgame and our thoughts on it. Because the Marvel Cinematic Universe has become divisive. Some people really hate what's going on. Some people love what's going on. Very few people are split down the middle. And we can talk about it. If you hate She-Hulk but love Ant-Man Quantumania, let's talk about it. If you love all the Spider Verses and Spider Mans and stuff, but you felt like, Loki let you down or whatever. Let's talk about it. Let's go dive deep. So please hit me in the DM so we can schedule this. And again, it might be pre-recorded because I know most people like the podcast late at night and not early in the morning. And so let me know if you want to be a part of that. But next week, I will be reviewing the Haunted Mansion because I did not get a chance to review it this week. I'm going today. I'm going tonight to go watch it. That way, I will have my thoughts on that because I'm a big Disney buff. I used to work for the Walt Disney Company. And just like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Disney has done some great things, but they've also have a lot of failures and disappointments in my eyes, my book. So I'm gonna go see the movie tonight, and I will let you know if this is a bust or if it's good. Next episode, and not sure what album I'm gonna review, but you guys will see. I will promote it on Instagram. What all I'll be reviewing next Saturday. Um, but yeah, I'm super excited to go see the Haunted Mansion. I love that ride. I used to work at Walt Disney World when I lived in Florida, and so I would love to see how they did this go around because not a lot of people like the Eddie Murphy version of Haunted Mansion. I was a kid when it came out. I think I was like in middle school or maybe high school. So I enjoyed it at the time, but then as I got older, people was like, "Oh, that movie was trash. That movie was a flop. It failed in the box office." I was like, "For real?" It was a surprise to me. So I will watch it and see how it ended. I will watch the movie tonight, and then sometime next week I will go back on Disney Plus and watch the Eddie Murphy version, and I will review that and compare the two and see my thoughts on that. So yes, again, before I end the podcast, because I need to go to my job and finish my classroom before the students come back on Monday. I'm super excited teaching first grade. So I need to go to work and finish setting up my classroom. But again, I'm putting it out there. If you want to be a guest on Snake Cinema Podcast and talk about your favorite movies, TV shows, music, let me know. Hit me in the DMs on IG. We will schedule it, whether it's live or pre-recorded, and you can be a guest on it. But I do appreciate everybody for tapping in this morning, for waking up and listen to me talk about They Clone Tyrone. If you have not seen it and you got Netflix, for those who came in late, please go watch it. I highly recommend it. Me personally, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, but please go and check it out. I want you to watch it for yourself, and then hit me up or come back next week in the chats and tell me what you thought about that movie. And if you have not listened to Travis Scott's Utopia, his album, his newest album, it was great. I loved it. It was amazing. I give it a good 10 out of 10. That album was dope. Oh, thank you, Brian. Yes, don't just wish me luck. Wish every educator luck and pray for us because, woo, the school systems nowadays are trash. And when I say school systems, I mean the governments, the governors. The fact that, and this gonna be a rant for a whole nother podcast, a whole nother day. But I'm just saying the fact that old men who haven't been in school in a long time and probably had rich parents that bought their education for them are now our governors and our leaders, and they're making decisions for children and lifestyles and people who they've never had a walk in their shoes. Like the fact that these idiots in Florida, Tennessee, Texas are telling us we cannot teach African American history when African American history is American history because y'all stole us from our late native land. Y'all enslaved us, y'all killed us. And then when y'all finally freed us, y'all discriminated against us, hunt us down, killed us, Ku Klux Klan, all that Jim Crow. But now you don't want your kids learning about their history, learn about what your ancestors did. That baffles me. Like, why are we denying the facts, the truth? The people over in Europe, they don't deny the Holocaust. They don't deny that from this. They teach their kids. If my grandparents can live through Jim Crow as a child and survive it and live to tell the tale, your kids can learn about that history. But again, that is a rant for another day. This is a music and movie podcast, not a history podcast. But thank you. Please pray for all those teachers. We have to battle against a lot of things. We have to battle against the government. We have to battle sometimes, depending on what school you're at, these parents who want to blame you for everything, but they won't help or collaborate or even support their child. You telling a parent how well their child is doing, how amazing their child is doing. Hey, your child is an honor student. They're about to be rewarded. And they don't come and support. They don't come show love. They don't. I've seen there are some kids who graduated elementary to go off to middle school, and parents, their own parents, did not show up to their graduation. And it wasn't because they had to work. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. So please pray for not just me, but every educator out there. We have a lot to go through with the school system. Not to mention, we have kids who were either starting school in COVID or wasn't in school in COVID during COVID, and now they're behind when it comes to literacy and math and stuff. And so we're playing catch up. We're trying to get them back together to where they could succeed and thrive. Brian, you crazy. I swear in the Florida. Hey, hey, teaching is it takes a lot of patience. It does. And again, the kids are not never the issue. Even the kids with behavior issues, they're never the issues. It's the outside forces that just won't let us teach. They won't let us do our jobs. They won't let us educate and help these kids out. Or they want us to work a miracle, but say there's no funding or not enough money to even give us textbooks and school supplies and stuff. So, or updated technology because they want us to integrate technology and use iPads and computers and everything now and apps and stuff when we teach our lessons. But when it comes to these inner city youth, low income or poor schools, they don't want to fund or give us stuff. So teachers are coming out of their own pockets paying for iPads and tablets and things like that for their students, not for themselves, for their students, because now our curriculum is mandating that we use technology in our lessons. So yes, you're right. It all starts at home. Yes, it all starts at home. The only thing us teachers can do is add to it. But if you're expecting us to raise your kids and educate them and be the bodyguards and be the therapists, it's a lot. It's a lot. But again, that is a whole nother rant for a whole nother day. This is a movie and music podcast. Thank y'all so much for tapping in to the first episode. We did it. First episode of Snake Cinema Reviews Podcast. I'm so excited. I love this. I love doing this, and I can't wait till we expand and do more. Thank you both. So thank you everybody. Brian, Rock, Ryan, Don D, everybody who tapped in. We is tapped in for a little bit. Row, everybody who tapped in. Mike, Herb Collectors. Thank y'all so much. Y'all really made my first day, my first episode real good. And share the link out so people can hit that replay. I love y'all. I will check y'all later. I gotta go back. I gotta go to work now and straighten up my classroom and get that together. I will see y'all next Saturday morning for another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast. I love y'all. And again, follow me on all social media, Creative Reptiles. We are sponsored by Mutation Station. Go follow them. Mutation Station, Ball Pythons, and Lucy Land, Ball Pythons. Go follow them, give them the support. And yeah, that is it. I am done. I love y'all. Peace, family. Peace, peace, peace. God bless. Y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy your reptile shows. Enjoy your families. Enjoy your weekends. And tap in later. What up? What up, Keys? You're late. But thank you for tapping in. I love you, brother. Love you. I know y'all was up late doing Hair Down Fridays. Yes. Also, before I leave, tune in Keys Constrictors on every Wednesday for balls and things, and every Friday for Hair Down Fridays, which is turning to Egg Down Fridays because there's been egg cuttings out the wazoo. And tap in to Lady Tiz Exotics. Her podcast should be coming on later on this afternoon. It's noon for me, but I think 1 o'clock her time. Tap in Lady Tiz Exotics. She's having a multi episode series with Sean Bradley. So tap in, listen to that. And also her and Dre with every Monday with oh, my mind going blank. But y'all know, we a family. We all watch each other podcasts. It's Herb Collectors Thursdays, Rock on Reptiles Sunday with Snakes and Vapes, and then Tuesdays with Beyond the Scales. Everybody has a podcast. You got a podcast. You got a podcast. You got a podcast. I love y'all. Please follow each other, support each other, and love on each other. We are community. It is community over competition. I repeat, for those in the back, for those who stalk my page just so they can find a reason to talk bad about certain breeders. Community over competition. You're never going to succeed always fighting, always lying, always spreading false information on other people. You succeed when you come together and you love each other. Yes, thank you, Brian. Thank you. I knew I was forget. How can I forget? Wiz Tang Clan, Saturdays, tonight. Sophisticated Ignorance, the homie Wiz, and baby Joey D in the building. Please watch them. They always I think they like 10 p.m. my my central time. I be ready to go to bed, but I be but I be staying up for them at least an hour. I stay up for them because I love their podcast. A lot of great dope information, a lot of great jewels, and a lot of fun. Yes, please. Sophisticated Ignorance tonight. So y'all had me this morning. I was your breakfast. You're gonna have Lady Tia's this afternoon. That's your lunch. We as constrictors, it's sophisticated ignorance will be your dinner or late night snack, depending on your schedules. Love y'all. I love y'all. We will see y'all next Saturday for another episode of Snake Cinema Podcast where I'll be reviewing The Haunted Mansion. And I don't know what album I'll be reviewing, but I'll let y'all know on Instagram. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all. Peace.